I'd like to take a second, which I have done. Dee Stewart, who was very instrumental. When I first met with Dee in City Hall, I had an idea, and a dream, and a concept. I took my dream into Park City's building, and I came out reinforced and reinvigorated that my dream could actually come true. And it was her and her staff that encouraged me to allow me to take on the challenge to get this job done. So once again, I wish to thank Dee very, very sincerely for all the hard effort she put in. Also, I'd like to thank and recognize the council members, and I'm not sure they're all here. I haven't seen them all. If they are, Tom Jones, Emil Verquest, Carol Flower, John Leonard, which I'm sure I'm screwing that name. Did I say it right? All right. And Gary Davis. These are all commissioners of Park City that once again also made, by raising their right hand a couple of evenings, made this all possible. And another very, very important part of the COG was Jack Whitson. He was the one that, from the time we started out with planning, sewers, utilities, streets, the actual plans for the arena, he coached, guided, coerced, and sometimes challenged us with dirty looks. We might have to make some minor changes. But through the thick and thin, it was a very effortless, painless process to work with Jack and his staff, once again, to get the project done and done on time. John Goyette, Park City Tourism, they've been very, very kind. We've had some meetings at the Sleep Inn across the street, and we've had some very good press and some coordination through his efforts to encourage more people to be involved with John and the arena. So once again, we hand it to you for the help you've assisted us in. Coming down towards the end of the list, but yet just as important as all the others spoken, is Commissioner Kelly Parks, who is from the 4th District. He wore the Wichita Wild Fighting Orange colors, which I do appreciate. So I have to congratulate him on his taste of orange. Also, is Carl here? He is here. Newly elected, and thank goodness for that. Should not be political at a time like this. Carl Peterjohn. He is from the District 3 and has also been at the arena a couple of times now, and I really appreciate your input, and thank you for coming out and see us. Dennis Smith and Doug Thompson. There you go. These two fine gentlemen are with Law Kingdom. This is where the heavy lifting got started, and you know, we kind of hit the road here. They're the ones that coordinated through hours and hours of due diligence, tough work, you know, visiting different places in the United States, redrawing and redrawing and redrawing. We finally come up with a plan that worked and went together like a jigsaw puzzle. We finally got all the pieces together. They're responsible in a large part to what you see here today. Also, Rich Kirshen and Steve Liebman. Where's Rich on the team? Once again, they are the law company. Now, they're the other part of the team that actually, if you will, are the nuts and bolts. Steve was the poor sucker that had to come every Monday to the construction meetings in the trailer behind the building and put up with the comedy acts and the rude comments from me and several other of the team members. So I have to congratulate Steve on being kind enough to put up with some mighty long meetings and some sometimes sharp tongues. Once again, Rob's here. Where's Rob? Rob is the guy that the day-to-day guy through the rain, the cold, the snow, the ice. He's the one that stood out here day in and day out, 7 days a week on this site for the year to make sure the job got done. I've been involved in more commercial projects than I really wish I was or have been, but I really have to hand it to Rob. He is a true leader that took care of the job at all times and always asked the right questions. That's the most important part of something like this. You have somebody with the knowledge to know the questions to ask to guide somebody like me who's usually waving his arms and going off on about 5 different directions at once. So, Rob, thank you very, very, very much. Is Nick here? Nick Howell? Ah, Nick Howell, standing out there. He's got his sunglasses on. He doesn't look normal to me. There you go. Well, Nick was, if you will, the owner homeowner's representative in this whole project, and was my right-hand man to kind of stand beside me with Rob and Steve and coerce me into making right decisions. So he has a major part of what has taken place here today, and his real claim to fame is, we call him Wendy. He is responsible for the turbine you see behind the building. He's the one that procured it out of Santa Barbara. He's the one that got together with all of the people it took to transport it here, get it recomputerized, refigured, and so he has learned more about the wind turbine probably than I want to know about, but he truly has become an expert in wind energy, so if anybody in the crowd ever gets excited to put one in their backyard, he's your man. And right now, if I may, let me introduce John Knapp, who is the manager of the Hartman Arena, and I'm sure he's going to say some kind words about me.